It's not uncommon for me to say during these podcasts that I might have no idea what I'm talking about, and I can say with some certainty today I have 100% no idea what we're talking about or what I'm talking about, because today I'm talking about Valentine's Day and finding love at the ski mountain on the Ski Rex Media Podcast. So it is Valentine's Day at the end of the week. I'm Tim from Ski Rex Media once again, just so you know. It is Valentine's Day at the end of this week, Friday. And are you going up looking for love? Are you open to the idea of finding love? Are you mistaking the word love for lust and just looking to hook up with somebody while you're there? Well, either way, let's talk about it. Now, I said in the introduction that I have no idea what I'm talking about, and it's probably true this time. Actually, I'm certain it's true. I have not had a relationship start because of skiing, nor have I had one end because of skiing. On Twitter, over the last couple days, we've been talking and sharing some of our embarrassing ski date stories, and I've never had one. Well, that's not 100% accurate. I had almost one. And you say, almost, Tim, how is that even possible? Isn't it you do or you don't? Yes. And but the almost is kind of how it came to be, but we'll get to that. So what it is with Valentine's Day, people look at it. Now, I honestly can't remember the actual origins of Valentine's Day offhand. I just know it's in February. I know it's the week before my birthday, 8 days. I know that it's, there's cupids and hearts and back in elementary school, we all did the cute little Valentine's cards and whatnot. And that's all I know. I know there is a story behind Valentine's Day. I can't remember what it is, though. And what I also know is that we just associate it out and out with love. Pretty simple, right? Can we find that at a ski hill? Well, let's look at that for a minute. Let's look ahead. Let's look at the group that's just looking to hook up first. These people who go up for the weekend and are looking for love, in air quotes, they are looking to just fuck you. That might be true. I know that's blunt. Right now you're saying, God, Tim, that was fucking blunt. Well, it's true. Now, is there anything wrong with that? No. You do what you want with who you want, how you want. Just do it responsibly. But some people are going to be this Valentine's Day looking for one night of love. And you might meet this person in the lift line or on the chair or in a gondola or on the side of a hill because you crashed. And they stop to help you. And you might hit it off. And then you end up in the bar during the après scene. You end up in the lodge first, then the bar. And then from the bar, you end up back at his place or her place or one of your cars or in the bathroom in the main base lodge, something like that. And you just kind of make a mess and move on with your life. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, make sure you do it responsibly in all ways. Be careful with your physical health. Be careful with their physical health and your emotional health as well. Don't break any hearts. Don't let anyone break your heart. Always remember, when in doubt, say no. All right? That's my big PSA to you today. So there are these people, and you're going to see it this weekend. You're going to see it any weekend on a ski mountain. Lord knows there's more than a few bros trips to the mountain, skis and snowboards, where dudes are just looking to hook up with chicks. And I know I'm not trying to just stereotype and hate on my gender, but they do it. I'm flirty. Was for a good point. I never did that though. I never broke a heart on a ski mountain. Are you kidding me? I respect the game too much. Actually, no. Most of my dating life on a ski mountain, I was scared to talk to girls. So I didn't, and that's why I don't have a story. Like I was telling you, on Twitter, we were talking about dates and other relationships ending on a ski mountain and whatnot. And we're going to bring this back around to a positive too. But, I was scared of girls, and then I just couldn't do it, or I wasn't in a place to do it. For instance, when I was working at Mount Snow, one of the ski patrol women, loved her. I was head over heels, just a young, about 16-year-old boy, just totally infatuated. She was in her late 20s, so that wasn't going to work out. It just wasn't. But you know what I mean. I was looking for love at the ski hill because I really, really liked her. But that didn't happen. So like I said, I might not know fully what I'm talking about. What I do know is that skiing is a very social thing. A lot of people do it. A lot of people do it. And it's social. There's talk, people are talking. And I've talked to people in the lift line on the chairs, been a little bit flirty. Like I said, that's as far as I can go, though. I was too chicken to ask a young lady out at the time, or an older lady for that matter. I couldn't ask any of them out. I was a chicken. Even on Valentine's Day. Now, Lord knows I was working mostly on Valentine's Days, because Valentine's Day was either on a weekend, so I was worked, or it was part of the holiday week, so I worked. Wasn't getting much ski time in during those times, but none of us do who are in the industry. That's just the way it is. We are weekday skiers because we work, and then we might stay there. But then you can listen to the last episode, the weekday versus weekend skiers, and you can work that all out. This is about Valentine's Day. But let's get away from the more depressing. Not depressing. Depressing would be good to say if I could make a better joke, but I can't. So let's get away from just the hookup people and talk about those who are looking for love. Is it possible to find love on a ski mountain? Absolutely. Obviously it is. We know that. You can find love in the grocery store if even if you don't try. But skiing is a wonderful, place to look for your significant other, especially if you go hard. If it is a big part of your lifestyle, and this translates to other things other than skiing. I use skiing because Skier X Media, we talk about skiing and snowboarding. I've obviously, I'm dedicated to those things. It's one of my primary sports. And if you're listening or watching this, it is the same for you. And during the Twitter conversation, the line did come up: date a skier, date a snowboarder. That's it. It makes sense. Because any relationship, any real relationship, like if you're just hooking up and banging each other, you don't have to have anything in common other than the want to have sex. That's it. If you're looking for a real relationship, see, I'm talking to 2 or 3 different groups at once here. It's so difficult. It really isn't. But, if you're open to the idea of meeting somebody and you're going to do this on a hill, and skiing or snowboarding is a big part of your life, it is a great place to do it, because at least the people you meet, even if they don't go as hard as you, like if you are a seasons pass holder or a mega pass holder and you ski 100, 200, 300 days, all right, 300, well, no, you could do it. If you're skiing 300 or more days a year, you're a pro. So that's a whole other realm of dating. Like you should probably date another pro. But if you're getting 100 days, 150 days, even 200 days, even if you are, but at least they are there for the weekends, the winters, at least they understand, at least they get it. Because let's be honest, you should have things in common, but you don't have to do everything together. And you don't necessarily have to have that in common either. I have a friend, yes, Patrick, I'm talking to you. His wife doesn't ski, and they're still together, and they have their 2 kids, and life is good, as far as I know. He actually asked me yesterday if one of the stories I told on a past episode was about him, because he didn't remember, and it certainly was him. So now I'm letting you know, Pat, this one's about you, and if you remember, and I'm going to tell the story, his wife agreed to try to learn how to ski. We took her up. I had a hand in teaching her, because I taught him. Was unsuccessful. She wasn't into it. There were some frustrations and some, whatever, but they didn't break up over it. And they are fine, and they have a whole other world. But she did understand it to the point of, I guess you could say she understood it, because she was always there on the trips, and she would go and she would understand. But she's an understanding person. She's a good kid. But she's not a kid. She's an adult, obviously. But you know what I mean. But my point is if you do ski and you ski a lot or snowboard a lot, it is better to have someone who at least understands, or it could be easier. I shouldn't say better. I should say it could be easier on the relationship if that person understands what you're doing and why you're doing it. And if they want to do it with you, that's great. But if they don't hold it against them. All right? We say date a skier. It will make some things easier, but you don't have to, guys. Like, understand that, yeah, maybe you don't want, the person who's just in the lodge and that's all they're doing, but she might be nice or he might be nice, and if you get to talk to them, don't hold things against them. Be open to anything, anything within reason, anyway, anything within your personal reason. But dating a skier, if you are a hardcore skier or snowboarder, I know I use the word ski a lot because that's the one I do. obviously, but skiing, snowboarding, those walk hand in hand for me. I don't have any animosity held towards, snowboarders. I love my snowboarding brothers and sisters. I tried to date a snowboarder. I tried to get a snowboarder to go out on a date with me. Thought it was going to happen, and we did go out, but she brought her sister. And I know a couple of you pervier folks, if there are any of you, but I don't know if there are or not, but I know what you're thinking. It's like, dude, she brought her sister. How hot is that? Don't even think that. She just brought her. I don't know why. She wasn't as into me as I thought I was into her, as I was into her, but that's fine. Again, I was 19. What the hell did I know? Plus, I couldn't. It was surprising that I actually was able to say, "Hey, you want to go, riding with me?" Because I was a chicken back then, man. Let me tell you. But I did, and that all goes back to my saying before. I don't have any real experience in this because I wasn't dating, during my time in the mountain, and I was in I was married once at the time. I'm not anymore, and that's not a story I'm going to tell here because that's long and you don't want to hear that. But that really didn't end because of skiing. It ended for other reasons, and but if I do get lucky enough to meet somebody, I kind of hope it's on a ski mountain because they will understand my enjoyment of the sport, even though I don't get to actually enjoy it right now. But they will understand it, and they will understand the stories I tell and the whys and the hows, and maybe we can do it together, and that would be awesome. And then that person could actually do it, is already good enough, and I don't have to try and teach them and hope that they're going to improve. Because especially me, I have to work on my own skills nowadays. Are you kidding me? Damn, I'm scared to see what my form looks like now. In any case. Is it possible to find love on the mountain? Yes, obviously, because it is possible to find it anywhere. Like I said, grocery store, down at the trash dump, by the side of a lake, by the side of the road, by the side of the ski trail. More than possible. It's just all about what you are looking for. And, you're going to find one of two main categories. Hookups, and again, that's love in air quotes, or you're going to find your Valentine, standing in the line with their tray in the cafeteria, getting their fries and a burger. Just asking the bar the ketchup. There's a great, can you pass me the ketchup? Great icebreaker, gets you in there. You have to take it the rest of the way, though. So that's where I stand on that. Like I said, I don't have any good stories. We had all the stories we talked about on Twitter, but I'm not going to tell someone else's story. If I was a part of it, I would have, but obviously I'm not, so I can't tell that. And there's really not much more to say on this one. This one might be short. We're at 13 and a half minutes. That includes the intro. So, there's really not much for me to say here except for, be careful, be responsible no matter which side of the line you're on. And be open to it if you are looking for someone. If you would like a boyfriend or a girlfriend and, would like that to go something more serious, be open to the mountain. I mean, check this scenario. You could meet someone on the chair. Here's actually, I've known people that have had this happen. I don't know if any of these people are still in these relationships, but this is kind of how the dating started. You meet in a lift line, like on a longer lift line. Not like that thing at Vail the other day. That was ridiculous. Just a big ass octopus of fucking people going every which way trying to get on this gondola, started going up the mountains. Holy Jesus. A few feet of powder will do that to you, I guess. Get everybody up there. But the point is, you can, while you're in that incredibly long line, you can talk to people. And I've known people this has happened to, where, they get to talking for whatever reason, whatever the icebreaker was, whatever the line was, and they get to talking and they're talking on the chair instead of going their separate ways. Like, dude, you want to take a run, and you take you take another run, and it turns into your ski buddy, which then turns into your boyfriend or girlfriend. 100% possible. Absolutely possible. It's kind of romantic comedy kind of stuff, but it does happen. Those things are, those stories have to come from somewhere, right? So that could happen. Be open to it if that's what you're looking for. Like, if you're not into the social aspect of or social to a point, just because it's Valentine's Day doesn't mean you have to look for love. I'm probably not going to be looking for love, but I could but then I could on any day. You know what? Let's be honest about Valentine's Day here, kids. Valentine's Day does have its roots in history, and I can't remember what they are. It is Greek, that I know. Beyond that, I can't remember the history of it. But has been perverted into a greeting card holiday or a candy holiday. I myself love chocolate, and I also do like those little chalky hearts with the words, the "you are too cute" with the letter "U R," the number 2 and cute on the bottom. And, they say "be mine" and LUV, number 4, EVR, EVER. It's been perverted into a candy holiday and a card holiday, which is fine. Those industries need to make money too, but let's be honest, the retail aspect kills a lot of holidays. Retail is what killed Christmas for me. I'm not going to lie about it. But, part of the holiday getting changed into the greeting card candy holiday, I feel that some people think that's what we have to do, that it has to be done. You have to let Cupid hit you with that arrow. You don't have to. If you're going skiing this weekend and you just want to go skiing or snowboarding, just do it. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And don't let some guy or some chick try to sucker you. They're like, dude, it's Valentine's Day. Come on. Fuck you. Is that too negative? Is that too wrong? Excuse me, need a drink of water. That might be too negative, and it probably is, but I just want you all to make sure you know where I stand. I stand balanced. If I go out this holiday weekend for Valentine's Day, and it goes into, President's Week, so with a lot of college kids out for Valentine's into President's Week, it's going to be a fucking mess, let me tell you. But if I were to go out, I would be open to it. I would be open. If I saw someone, because let's be honest, the first thing we notice about anyone is their looks. It's because we have eyes. That's the first thing we get. Unless they're behind us, then it's obviously sound. But typically it's, what we see. And if they are attractive and we all have we all have different levels of attractiveness. We all have our thing, our type. It's not wrong to say that. It's true. Some people like really tall people. Other people like really short people. Other people like, to date snowboarders exclusively. I love skiers and snowboarders. Like, I don't have any animosity towards snowboarders. I love my snowboarder brothers and sisters, so I don't mind. If she snowboards, she understands why I'm out there. He's just using a different different type of equipment. So I would be open to it. And again, skiing is a very social sport. Even if you go by yourself, you could end up in a social situation where you're talking to somebody. I mean, how often have we all ended up talking to somebody on a lift, be it a gondola, a chair, or in the lift line for something else? We always end up talking to somebody, and, while you're talking to that someone, you might find that you hit it off. And when you hit it off and then it keeps going and going, and the only time that really sucks is if you aren't a hookup person, but you're still leaving at the end of the weekend. And it's like, wow, this was great. I hung out with this person for 2 days and it was awesome, but they're going back to Connecticut and I'm living here in Vermont. That's balls, man. So let's summarize this. Do I know what I'm talking about? No. Do I think anybody could find love on the hill? Absolutely. And it does have its advantages because both of you do have that immediate thing in common. You know immediately that you have something in common. You're out there on the side of a ski mountain in the cold, just skiing, snowboarding. You understand the feeling. So you have a big advantage there. It's also a built-in icebreaker, no pun intended. You can really get to know somebody out there. You say, when you're skiing, when do you talk? You could talk on the lift in the line, you could talk on the lift, and you could talk afterwards. You don't just have to go straight back to your car and leave, and you don't actually have to go down to the bar. Booze is 100% optional. You could just hang out with a hot chocolate at a table at the lodge and talk. Or, if you're the hookup person, you run your game. And, you kick your game and see how far you get, and good luck to you. Just like I said, be safe. That's all I ask. And that's it in summary. Happy Valentine's Day from Tim from Ski Rex Media. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I do know that I enjoy that you're listening to me and you listen to this. And if you sat through it for 20 minutes, thank you for that. I also know that you can go into the description, in the audio or video version and find all the contact info. And you can share some of your stories. Like I said, on Twitter, Ski Rex Media Twitter, we were all part, and we were just sharing awful stories, those who had them, awful stories about dates that didn't work or breakups that happened, like sad stuff, or what could be considered sad stuff. So, you can do that too. If you want to join in, Ski Rex Media on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, Buzzsprout, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, skirexmedia.com. That's all you have to remember. Or you can just look down in the description. But if you remember skirexmedia.com, you can find all this stuff, the social media, the podcast, the videos, and the written content, all of it right there for you, and the merch shop and the Patreon link if you want to support the show in other ways. Okay? Have a happy Valentine's Day. If you're out looking for a special someone, I hope you find them. If you already have them and you guys are going skiing and snowboarding, do it. I don't mind if you look all cutesy on the lift. Well, I have a story about that too. Let's just say a dude was getting a little handsy with his girlfriend, and he wasn't hiding the fact. He was getting handsy. Let me tell you. Use your imagination, adults, teenagers too. If a little kid listens to this, I shouldn't have said that, but I don't think little kids listen to me. I think it's all adults. But anyway, be cutesy. Know the limits. I mean, look, if that's your thing to get down in public, do what you got to do, homie. I don't judge anyone on anything. But be good to each other. Be respectful of those around you. Be safe. Be responsible. Have a good weekend skiing into President's Week. If you get to ski the whole week and snowboard the whole week. If not, have fun on the days you can. I wish you, like I said, good weekend. Happy Valentine's Day, and we will check you on the slopes as soon as we can, and you never know, maybe I'll find my Valentine. If she's out there and she's watching, let me know. Laters.